Hi, welcome to Enterprise Village's bookkeeper training video. This video is going to show you our new computerized bookkeeper program and familiarize yourself with how it works. It's actually a pretty simple program and doesn't really just has a few screens and it's pretty easy to learn. So here goes. Okay, here's the main screen that you're going to be working with as a bookkeeper. There's 4 fields that you have to fill in per check, and the rest of them will be filled in by the computer. So we will go ahead and start with the example, because your first check you're going to write is to Dytech, and that is the warehouse distribution center. Everybody's got to write one, and you write it for supplies. So let's go ahead and start in the first field. So we'll click in the pay to order field, and this field is for who you're writing the check to. So in this case, we're writing it to Dytech. So we'll type in Dytech. Okay, now when we want to move to the next field, yes, you can use a mouse and click in the field, click and click. But these computers that are running the bookkeeper program are laptops, and they do not have mice. They have a touchpad. Some people aren't as comfortable using a touchpad as they are a mouse, and so if you can just use the keyboard to move from field to field, and to do that, you actually hit the tab key. So right now I'm going to hit the tab key, and you'll see the cursor move from the pay to order field to the decimal dollar amount field. So right now I'm going to hit the tab key. And you saw the cursor move. Hit it again, hit it again. Okay, so that's how the tab key works. And with the tab key, you really don't have to use a touchpad at all, except when you're clicking these buttons down here. Okay. So the amount for most supplies is $5. So we're going to type in the decimal amount, 5.00. Then we're going to hit the tab key again and go to the written amount box. And we'll type in the written amount. Okay, we got the written amount in there. And now we will tab to the memo field and type in a memo. What a memo is to tell the bookkeeper what the check was written for. So later on, when they go to look at it, they have a little memo telling them what that was for. So in this case, it's for supplies. We'll type in supplies there. Okay, once you have all these fields filled out, you want to hit accept current check. That accepts the check into the system. And then in order to move on to the next check, we want to hit this new check button. So we'll go ahead and click that, and you see that it clears the screen, and you're ready to move. You're ready to write your next check. So normally the next checks to be written are the payroll checks. So we will write in a check for John Smith. He's an employee of this company, and he makes $5.50 a paycheck. Now we'll write in the written amount. And memo will be called paycheck 1. Okay, now normally we'd keep going on. We click accept current check, and then we click new check to move on to the next employee. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you once you've filled out enough checks and you're ready to print some of the checks, then you go ahead and use this green button that says print checks. So let's go ahead and click that because we're ready to print our checks. That brings you to this screen. It sends the checks to the printer, and it usually takes about 30 seconds for the printer to warm up, which is why we have this note here. Please allow time for the printer to warm up. And what it's asking is, did all your checks print successfully? So you need to wait until the checks come out of the printer, and then look over them and make sure they're correct. When they're correct, you click this yes button. But let's say they're not correct, or there was no paper in the printer, they didn't print out right how you thought they would, and you need to go back and print them again. That's why this no button's here. So if they did not print successfully, you click no, and it'll return you right back to the check entry screen with all of your entries still in there. So let's go ahead and click print checks again. Now, let's say they did print out successfully. You're holding them in your hand, you looked at them, you verified they're all fine. We go ahead and click the yes button, That brings you up to this final verification screen. And what it says is all the checks you just entered will be deleted so that you can start a new batch of checks. Are you absolutely sure all of your checks are printed successfully? It's just to confirm that your checks have successfully been printed, because when you click this green button that says yes, let's start a new batch, it'll delete all the entries you made in there up to this point in time, so you can start over on a new batch. So let's go ahead and click that. You'll see it brings you right back to the check entry screen, and all the entries you previously entered that you just printed out have been deleted, so you can start your new batch. So now you'll just go ahead and start your new batch of checks. And I'll just do one example here just to show you. It's the same type process. And this happens to be paycheck 2 for Mary. Okay, I'm done internal information. I just click accept current check again, and I move on to the next check and start typing again. That's all there is to it. It's not too hard of a program, and it seems to work pretty well here. So, thank you for your time.